start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Understanding that my knees go weak. What's happening to me? In the dark, can you tell me what it means?
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else. So be patient with your process. Also, y'all already know, my voice is too raspy to be whispering. So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, all right? So before we get started, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, gives, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. Because I don't always get the pause in the middle of the message and what I'm saying to say that to you. But when I post you on YouTube, best believe I'll acknowledge you, all right? So thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you. So let's get started. The first message of today, chosen ones, you won't have to watch what you say. Now, what do I mean? I mean, especially when it comes to referring to yourself, as well as saying God's name in vain. See, that's something that he don't play about, right? So be cautious of, again, using God's name in vain. Now, what do I mean? See, now let me make it clear. God, I'm giving this an example. I ain't really saying these things, all right? Let me make that clear. But chosen ones, when you talking about, oh, you saying God, then you saying damn right after. When you talking about, oh my God, but you ain't saying it pertaining to an answered prayer. When you sitting there saying God's name, you better watch what you saying, right? And how you say it. Now, what do I mean? See, that's almost like when you out in public or you around somebody that's in their feelings in a sense. All of a sudden, they call somebody, in this example, they call somebody a racial slur, and you happen to be the same race as that person that they said that to. See, they could look at you directly and say, nah, I ain't mean it like that. But by then, you could already have an attitude. See, you know that you're not the slur that they said, but that doesn't mean that it may not have ruffled certain feathers in a sense. That doesn't mean that they may not have gotten your attention when it came to it. So be cautious, because when you say that, that gets God's attention. So that's almost like somebody keeps saying, ma. Somebody keeps saying, pa. Whatever the case may be. Somebody keep calling your name. Then you looking in that direction, and then all of a sudden you walk into them saying something shady. So watch that, because God don't play like that. So be, how they say, put respect on somebody's name. Be putting respect on that name, whether or not you call them God, Jah, Allah, so on and so forth, right? When we talking about the same thing, right? You may call so-and-so Ray, but when you describe them, this person say, oh, that's Raymond. Oh, you may say, oh, well, that's Raymond, then you described him. This person may call him Raymond, so on and so forth, right? So don't get caught up in that name, but let's get started. Now, also, chosen ones, be cautious of what you put in certain things on. Now, what do I mean? See, you know how somebody gets caught in a lie, then they all of a sudden, they talking about how they put it on their granny, how they put it on their child, how they put it on this, that, and the third. See, I told y'all before that there's various levels of heaven, right? So you don't just directly get to go in the room with God. It goes based upon your soul level, where you at, right? So if you still got areas in your life that you had to learn from, that you had to train on, you're going through training. When you pass away from this lifetime, you're going straight into training in the next one, right? So right now, there's some of you that keep putting certain lies and certain destruction, certain chaos on your granny. You putting it on your homeboy who passed away. You putting it on your homegirl who passed away. You putting it on your mother. You putting it on your brother. You putting it on your lover. You putting it on your kids. Whatever the case may be, you just putting more work on them. See, right now, your granny's at them golden gates and they talking about, nah, she can't walk through because she got certain things going against her. Now, what do I mean? See, it's almost like housing a fugitive. See, if that grandmother was praying on behalf of you, praying that you get through what you're going through, and you know that you did whatever it is that they said that you did, but through their eyes you seem always innocent. So they praying on behalf of you, don't even realize what you did. Instead of praying that you learn your lesson from it, they praying that you get away with it. So now they got karma and consequences that come. They out here condoning bad behavior. There's some of you that how you see certain people, all with rappers and stuff, talking about they put it on so-and-so that passed away, lost his life. So-and-so is already going through certain training based upon what he did in his past lifetime, which was this lifetime. So you keep putting certain things on him, and every time he starts to release certain cycles from him, he has to go through certain training again, because now you done sat there and transferred that over. You got to watch what you say. There's some of you that keep putting it on so-and-so's name thinking that you living up their legacy, but you not. See, if you steady beefing with this side and this side, and both of y'all had certain sides that then passed away that then died, when are you going to put a nonsense to that? If you talking about you feel a certain type of way and you want revenge because this person passed away or somebody took them from you or whatever the case may be, chosen ones, what sense does that make? Because if you stay in that drama, you're going to lose your life too. And now who's that person going to live through? Not you, because you no longer here. See, as long as you alive, they get to move on with you. So the lessons that you learn, they learning too, chosen ones. So if you out here allowing that person to die in vain because you want somebody else to feel that pain, knowing that there's somebody else close to you, innocent to you, that's going to catch that stray as well, just like that person did, that God's going to have you be the last person to survive just so that you can witness the damage that you did see. Y'all better cut that shit out. That this side against this side, you don't even know what you beefing about. That shit was carried on. And that shit was carried on from people who didn't learn from their cycles. People that were very selfish minded. People that, again, are willing to put other people at risk just because they want to prove a point. You already did. Cut that shit out. You lost people, they lost people too. Cut that shit out. Because now you can't even live comfortably. You can't even have a child who's going to carry on your legacy. Now you thinking selfishly, because what's your mother going to do if you no longer around and she don't have somebody, because you ain't have no seed that looks like you, reminds them of you too. And that still ain't going to help them heal, because that shit still going to have them pick a scab every time they look at your child and think about where you are at. Cut that shit out. But we going to have to talk. Now, that was somebody's brief message, but we going to get into the next conversation, chosen ones. Why you out here allowing certain individuals who couldn't keep you happy, couldn't keep you respected, couldn't keep you protected, couldn't keep you enlightened, couldn't keep you smiling, so on and so forth, right? These individuals couldn't keep you, whether or not they chose not to, or the fact that God had you walk away from these individuals. Why are you allowing individuals that could not keep that position at being your divine feminine, your divine masculine, whatever the case may be, your friend, so on and so forth? Why are you allowing that person to keep you away from your divine person then? Why are you allowing, and I had to correct that, because if this is somebody from your past, they were a karmic. That wasn't your true divine boo. If this is somebody that you actually tried to have a relationship with, and this person failed you, abused you, used you, avoided you, disrespected you, lied on you, they wasn't for you. So stop trying to make it. If this is somebody that when you met them, they were currently in a certain situation, and you felt a spark with them, and they asked you to be patient, see, chosen ones, that person ain't for you. Because one, you have to realize that that person is going to reflect you, right? So if you moved on from certain people from your past, you no longer sexually, mentally, energetically connected to them. If you finally are open to receive love, be able to display love, be willing to accept love, so on and so forth, right? That you are not going to attract somebody who's not in that same area in their life. This is not somebody that you're going to have to persuade to leave that person that they currently connected to. They already been getting the signs and synchronicities. They've been aligning with that. They've been slowly but surely disconnecting from that. They're not going to get you to persuade them on why they should move. That's something that they're going to do, right? See, if that person is still connected to somebody right now, so whether or not that's somebody who's married and didn't divorce that person yet, but they tell you that they're not romantically involved with them, nah. If they truly didn't want to be with that person, they would have already had that divorce finalized before they tried to involve you or welcome you in their life. See, chosen ones. If that person, if that person is currently, again, laid up with that person, talking about they got to stay with them for certain stability, they got to stay with them for certain children, they got to stay, that's not your person then. Your person is already going to be in the action of disconnecting from them. They already done picked up on the signs and synchronicities that God already told them, so that they're not going to bring you in. And again, you are just a confirmation that they headed in the right direction. So they would have already been in action and disconnecting if they was for you. This is not somebody that's going to even want to put you in a position that somebody else could move towards you. This is not somebody that's going to say, oh, well, you stay right here while they do them, and then they come back and recharge with you. They give you that little quick fix, and then they go back to the person that they was with. That's not your person. You understand me? That's not your person, chosen one. You have to make sure that you paying attention to signs and synchronicities. You understand me? You so quick to put all the eggs in that person's basket. You so willing to drop everything pertaining to you, but has that person did the same thing? Did they reciprocate that in? They have to already be in action. This is not for you have to persuade them. This is not, see, you have to realize some people you are the lesson to, and some of these individuals are the blessings and lessons to you too, but you have to establish which is which, because half the time you come in contact with a karmic before you do a divine partnership. Sometimes this person heard what you said, well, this entity, this deity, because half the time the karmics are really demonic individuals, right? They operating out their dark side. So you calling them a twin, but they your evil twin instead, that they really your true divine partners evil have that they don't have inside them, right? So you sitting there saying certain things out loud, or you talking to your friends, or you talking to certain people, talking about you want your partner to look like this, you want them to talk like this, you want them to walk like this, you want them to dress like this, right? You being real vocal with it. You telling your friends or people that you feel like your friends, you telling your family, you saying it loud to God, you using your outside, you understand, voice, when really you should be using that internal voice instead, when you shouldn't be speaking certain things out loud because you don't know who and what is listening. See, I told you, chosen ones, that your intuition, your discernment, your feelings, that's your superpower. That's that walkie-talkie in a sense. You on the same frequency as God. That means that you stepping in your higher power in a sense. You, again, healing. You out here doing the right thing. You being love. You understand, so on and so forth. You being light. You being helpful. You are being a reflection of God, right? That's that walkie-talkie that he has within you. So that means that you on the same frequency as God, that you can connect with him. So you ask him for confirmations, he's providing it. Copy that. Tenfold. So on and so forth, right? Okay, cool. All of a sudden, chosen ones, you asking God, or you talking to him when your intuition, your inside prayers, that means you being silent with it, right? See, the devil can't hear that. The devil doesn't have intuition because that's something that God put within his chosen ones. The devil doesn't have feelings because he done sold himself out. He done told himself that that's something that he shouldn't do or shouldn't feel, so therefore he can't feel shit currently. See, the devil doesn't have discernment, because if he did, he would have took the hints that God was showing him, that certain things that he was going to do was going to come back on him instead of you, right? He didn't listen to it. See, all the signs and synchronicities that you picked up on, because that's what you felt energetically. So even when that friend started acting like a foe, you picked up on that, right? Even when you intuitively felt like that person, was cheating on you, you felt that before it physically got displayed to you, right? Okay, cool. See, when you felt like that person or that job position was trying to play you out of your position, you felt that first before you seen it physically, correct? Because you was in tune with God. You was on the same frequency as him. That's that walkie-talkie. That's why I say don't listen to people that say F your feelings, because they don't want you to feel certain things, because you could feel that they phony too. You could feel what they intend to do towards you. So if you disconnect from it totally, then they can take advantage of you. So be cautious, correct? See, chosen ones, the devil, again, cannot vibrate as the same frequency as you. They can hear bits and pieces of it. So think about that walkie-talkie. If you on channel 7, you on channel 11, you on channel 4, whatever the case may be, right? You on the same frequency as God. You can hear certain things. But if that person's on frequency 6 and you on frequency 7, so you on some enlightened, you on some divine tip, They can hear bits and pieces, certain words come in and out, but they don't know the conversation or know what you was fully talking about, right? So they heard you say love. So they don't know if you have love, if you about to get love, if you currently in love, so on and so forth, right? They just heard you say something about love. So now they want to send certain black magic towards you. They want to sit there and try to do certain things or speak certain things on you to keep you from having love come towards you, because they don't know if you got it or if they need to get rid of it. They just know that they heard you say it. They heard that word. So that's what the direction that they hit it in. See, that's like that. You talking about finances. See, the devil didn't hear the whole conversation. So the devil either feels like you're currently struggling or you currently came into some money and they want to stop it. So the devil's going to try to stop you from finances, right? Try to do everything to slow you down. You have to stay on your path and your purpose. You have to know that, again, the hard work that you putting in, chosen one, in due time, it's going to be worth it, because the devil will try to finesse you, have you stop so they can pick up where you left off and try to take the credit for you. It's not happening. The devil doesn't know exactly what you have coming in, so be careful of who you communicating with and what you saying that you want in front of who, or out loud in a sense. You understand me? That's something that you talk personally to God. You use your inside voice when you talking to the divine. You understand me? So when you say, if there's certain areas that you want to focus on, unless that person uses the key words that God, that you done gave God or asked God for them to give, that's not the person that you're supposed to be communicating with. So if you asking God, God, I ask you, if this is my true divine partner, I ask you for this person to say this or this key word. So that's almost like your parents telling you, don't talk to strangers, right? Don't tell strangers certain things about you. If this is somebody that I sent to pick you up, then that means that they going to use this code word for you. See, the problem is sometimes you volunteer that code word to these people that are not supposed to be entering, not supposed to be conversing or even able to have that conversation with you. So, chosen ones, be cautious. Allow these people to serve as a confirmation for you too. You just be authentically you, and you patiently watch their moves. You got to observe and scope the scene. See, when I told you before that you've had certain places, see, you've been patient for love, right? You've been patient for this job. You've been patient for your business to take off like God told you that it was. See, you've been patient for certain finances to come through. God told you that he had you. You just had to be patient, right? See, he had to weed all the individuals that were going to use you, the people that abused you, the people that weren't for you. He had to have them turn on you, because when he told you what they intend to do for you, you didn't believe it. So he said, now I'm not going to wait for so-and-so to have to physically see this. I'm about to have so-and-so show their truth. So therefore, you know why I was telling you to remove this individual. See, God had certain people walk away from you because he seen that they was using you. That was almost like a group project. They didn't do nothing, but they gonna sign their name on it too. This is this person that had talked foul about you, then doubted you, then sat there and said that you wasn't gonna be the things that you set out to do, and then all of a sudden when you made it happen, they want to act like they was behind the scenes clapping the whole time, and they wasn't. The whole time they was some of the projections that you had to push off of you, because they doubted you, didn't think that you was going to get to where God told you to, because they couldn't see that quick glimpse like God gave you in the beginning. They didn't believe that you was going to achieve it, but you proved God right. Now these individuals are seeing that they was wrong all along, and you have to keep their ass where they was at. See, at this point in time, you could have been the person that was financially providing for them. You could have played a mother figure or father figure position for certain friends, certain family members, certain parents, so on and so forth, certain partners, right? You played a parental figure for them. So when your finances was booming, you cut down the finances that you had coming in and could have invested in more things that God had. Thank you so much, baby. You had certain people who doubted you. They didn't believe in you, chosen ones. Now you doing everything that you said that you was going to do. They sat there and was talking bad about you. They was laughing with certain people against you. These are people that doubted your faith. They told people that they shouldn't listen to you. Again, God gave you the quick glimpse. Not everybody has the opportunity to see that. And he did it so nobody else could see that. You got to think. That's almost like somebody showing you real quick, like, hey, yo, I got this. Let's head in this direction. Shit, that's almost like you on Thanksgiving, your cousins splat or flash that little spliff, let you know that they got the L, and you go take a walk with them. This ain't for everybody to know, because so-and-so be on his fiend type shit. So-and-so want to smell smoking and walk in that direction and try to act like they was friends. See, chosen ones, I come, you can see it for certain things, but you can't see it for everything. We gonna have to cut that out, right? See, chosen ones, some of these people are those people who just smell shit in the air and they want to walk in a direction, hold conversations with you. They want to see if you really got. It's almost like that Debo type of tip, almost like that Felicia type of tip. You gotta hide what you have so that they can't have certain shit. See, you gotta pick up on what God is showing you. See, you feeling less about you now, feeling like certain things ain't financially working out the whole time. God wants those people around you to feel like you don't have it. Why? Because they going to assume that you ain't got it. They going to go to somebody else, or they going to, again, leave you based upon what they assume that you have in your pocket. Whole time they don't even realize that you came up on a come up. They don't even realize that God is hiding the abundance within you. So you know those little games that they have where it's like you don't know. See, I'm going to talk about, this is that 90s shit. I'm going to tell you that Guess Who game. See, I was real good at that, right? See, chosen ones, I heard what God was telling me, like, okay, well, this person, I picked up on signs and synchronicities. So when God told you that somebody was doing black magic on you, what you do? You was like, all right, God, I asked you for clarity on the individual that's sending it. Because if they sending death magic out to you, that means that in due time, they're going to be receiving it. So when you ask God to show you who intended death on you, and they started to go through certain death and destruction too, that was almost like that Guess Who game. You ask questions and you seen, right? Like, okay, well, who was doing black magic? Now all of a sudden, all these people passing away in your friend's family. Maybe that wasn't a friend at all. When you ask God to show you who was blocking your finances, or who was intending certain deceitful things, putting sugar in your tank, messing with your tires, trying to have you get in certain accidents, you ask for clarity. Now all of a sudden that's what they experience. And see, you had to just be patient. Ask those questions. See, you was mad at God and you wasn't asking the right questions the whole time. See, God was like, hey, yo, I'm going to put you onto this, but I don't even want you to tell this because you talk too much. Every time, when I told you that so-and-so was cheating on you, and I told you not to say nothing because I was about to present more information to you, you sat there and ran with it. So I ain't telling your ass nothing else. You better sniff it out, Scooby. You better figure it out. See, when God told you not to tell that person how you had that come up because that person was praying against you and didn't want that opportunity to get presented for you. So when you was sitting there telling your friend about those job applications that you put in, or how you got that job that they didn't even think that you was going to get, now they seen that you got on and now they want you to help pull them up or push them up again. Oh, nah. They were the individuals that didn't even want you to be in that position that you currently in. And you have enough nerve to think that you're going to bring them with you too. Nah, God's telling you that you about to sit this shit out until you disconnect from these individuals. So that's almost like that person feeling like they're going to come with you and get into this location free every time. This person think that they're going to go out to eat with you and not put nothing in. This person that feels like they're going to keep getting certain treats based upon the fact that they with you, or get you to get so-and-so to buy you 2 drinks so that you can share it with them. Oh, nah, baby. They no longer can come up off of you. Even if that means that God is telling your ass that you can't come till you disconnect from that individual. See, you going to feel a certain type of way. Oh, well. Huh? Oh, well. You feeling a certain type of way. God said, nah, see, when you had that toy, right? Almost like when your children had certain toys as a kid, or you was that kid that had a toy and you allowed that friend to play with them and they destroyed your shit, broke it. Left you broken hearted. You was crying, you was sad. This is something that you begged your mom for. This is something that you asked your father for. This is something that had meaning to you, and they came in and destroyed it for you. Now you getting in trouble by that parent. Now they telling you that you can't get nothing again because soon as they gave it to you, you put it in somebody else's hands who didn't appreciate it. They destroyed it for you. So now your feelings is hurt while that person is laughing and they moving on to the next friend or playing with the next thing or whatever the case may be. See, chosen ones. There's some of you that got your heart broken from these people before. You done got disappointed by these people before. You done had these thank you so much, babies. You done had these people show you who they truly were towards you. And God said that you're not going to have to experience that again. See, didn't they say in the Bible? See, you know I can't quote it, but Google it. It might show it. You hear me? But chosen ones. You know how they say that you only had to, thank you so much, babies. I appreciate you, Zane. You know how they say that you don't really have to experience death more than one time? That's the same pertaining to you. You don't have to experience that heartache after heartache, that abuse after abuse. Once you got that from an individual, you see the signs and synchronicities to pay attention to. You also realize that that was a reflection of you too, that you had to do certain work so you don't attract that same mess again. So you really just had to get your heart broken once for you to learn that lesson then. You really just had to be in that situation where shit didn't feel right and you had to listen to the signs and synchronicities that God was showing you, right? See, chosen ones. See, you know how when you cooking and you trying to find a substitute for an item that you have, okay, well, if I don't got oil, I can use extra butter instead. If I don't got this, I can use that, right? In order to find that out, there had to be a once upon a time that you were limited, where you didn't feel like you had the materials that you needed then, but you made a way and you found a substitute. See, that's what you gotta realize, is some of these tests, some of these lessons are showing you. See, God is putting bets on you. God is putting all his money on you. God knows that anything that you face, that you're going to make it through. So when the devil sits there and try to speak certain things like, oh, nah, so-and-so just made it because they had certain things handed to them. So-and-so just made it because of this. God was like, okay, cool. He put you in a certain situation. You overcome it, and he shows them like, hey, yo, what's the next move? You're able to survive anything that you go through. You are unlike other individuals. See, you were abused. People were abused too, but they didn't walk away. Those people successfully took them out. See, you were born into a karmic family too, but you no longer allow those people to tell you what you can and cannot do. You moving based upon the path that God aligns you with. See, you made it out. See, there's people who came from the same city as you, currently in the same city as you, and you may be successful, or those people may feel successful, but you have the same opportunities as them. See, your current location is somebody else's next destination. Now, what do I mean? See, you could talk about, oh, you can't make it until you move out that city. See, there's some people in Atlanta right now that's talking about they can't make it unless they move out of town. Whereas there's certain people that feel like their go-to is move to Atlanta because that's where they feel like they're going to make it. That's where they made their mind up, right? So if they believe it, that's what they're going to seek, right? If that's what they seek, that's what they're going to see. That's what they're going to achieve. So it's just based upon the person who believes the longest. See, chosen ones. Any place that you're at, you could be successful. It's the people that you have around that you got to check. See, some of you want to move away because that person keeps bothering you. This people keep sitting there disrespecting you. But all you have to do is block out these individuals and you could be successful in any city that you go to. See, that's why sometimes you move away and then you return again and you end up coming back with a better energy. God had you isolate so that you could elevate. You was out there energetically doing push-ups, sit-ups. You was doing crunches. You was doing certain lunges. You was doing certain miles and miles, whatever the case may be. See, God built your character up. God built you up intuitively. God built you up physically, mentally, spiritually, so on and so forth, right? Chosen ones, just know that whatever was stopping you is no longer stopping you. That was God giving you that red light in the sense, allowing other people to cross paths so that they didn't sit there and try to attack you or you ain't run into them. See, certain things divinely were orchestrated. Divinely orchestrated, and you're about to see, and I'm proud of you. But you're going to have to believe it. See, if God gave you that quick glimpse, you're going to have to see it all the way through, chosen ones. You understand me? If God gave you that quick glimpse and told you that you was going to be successful in your business, you're going to have to believe it in every stage of faith. See, that's why you're going to have longevity. See, if you just went from being in poverty to all of a sudden you had some quick income come in, you don't even know how to properly distribute those finances, that money. You don't know certain things that's going to have income last. That's why when people hit the lottery, then all of a sudden the next year or a few years later they broke again. See, nah. Be patient with this process. One, you're going to realize that the longer the process takes for you, the more that you can invest in your baby. That means whatever God has invested or stored for you. So if that's your business, that's your confidence, that's your dreams, that's your goals, that's your admirations, it's slowly but surely that buildup is coming. You understand me? But we going to have to get back to this. See, you going to have to see it through, chosen ones. Because if you got everything that you said that you wanted right now, you still will be waiting. See, that money that you asking God to come through for you, if that money was to come in right now, you talking about you want to move into a new place. You don't even know where you want to move to. See, right now, you say you want to move to this city because you feel like that place is connected to that person that you feel like you about to be with. The whole time, that look is deceiving because God is telling you that that person is not the person for you, that you want to change everything and try to accommodate them. And the whole time, God's leaving you through a different area because you got a different destination. But we're going to get to that, right? See, chosen ones, you could sit there and say you want this money to come through so that you can make a certain move, but you don't know where you're moving to, so you still going to be waiting when that money comes. So you still, again, patience is a virtue. So right now, you got to have the plans or what you want to do. What's your future looks like for you? You say you want love. What's love look like? What's happiness look like? Huh? What's success look like? You say you want to be successful. Well, what makes you think that you're not successful now? See, before, your business was just an idea. Now you actually have a license for that now. Yeah, your business isn't booming, but that's soon to come. See, if your business was to start booming right now, one, you wouldn't even have enough product for the amount of people that's coming in. Not only that, you're not even recharging. You're not even well rested. So you're still going to be tired when, again, that opportunity gets presented. Then you're going to be out here crying and shit talking about you tired. When this is something that you said that you wanted. You said you wanted finances to come through. You said that you wanted certain abundance. Now the opportunity comes through for you and you're going to be tired. Trust what God's doing. If he's sitting you down for a moment, he's sitting you down to catch your breath. Do you know the war that your ass just came from? Do you know the battle that you just stepped out of? So allow yourself to catch your breath, rejuvenate, rehydrate, allow yourself to get a clear vision again, and then allow God to place you in that position where you picking back off where you left off, chosen ones. Be patient with your process. Enjoy this. You understand? It's the people that you have around you that is the most important. That's it. It don't matter if you want that putt-putt, if you walking and don't. Again, I give this example all the time. Think about when you was younger. You wasn't complaining because you had to walk in that summer heat or you was walking in the snow. You wasn't complaining because you had your friends with you, people that enjoyed the process to the places that you was going. Y'all was cracking jokes as you was going, throwing snowballs as y'all was going, recollecting, rapping, singing, coming up with songs. Whatever the case may be, you was bonding with them. So although that position to the outside looking in may not have been favorable, you was with your favorite people. That place, again, you ain't have no running water. See, I can speak on behalf of myself. See, my grandparents had a very nice house, but they ain't have no plumbing that came through it. This is a house that they built from back in the day. But all of us had fun, regardless if we had to take little bird baths, regardless if we had to sit there and use a little porta potty type of pot and have our grandfather go take it out in the woods and empty it. See, it was the bonding that we had. The fact that we was out there picking certain vegetables all out their garden. The fact that we was running amongst their land, climbing trees on land that they own, so on and so forth. You understand? See, chosen ones, I told you. See, yes, that city vibe, but I love that country tip, and that's only because, again, what I experienced when I was younger. My grandparents owning that land. See, although when we was little, we ain't like having to go out there, we realized that was our benefit. We was out here mingling with different types of individuals. We had different types of experiences. See, it wasn't always sunny. That's true. But again, there's certain moments that we look back and we are excited about, or that we look back and smile, and it's based upon the individuals that we was around. See, again, chosen ones, things that you experienced, that car, that again, that putt that y'all had to get out and was pushing it, the fact that you and your friends was laughing as you was experiencing it, it made it not that bad. See, that house that you didn't have no couch, you ain't have no dishes, you ain't have all that stuff. You had a little pallet sleeping, a pallet watching TV, you had those paper plates, so on and so forth, that you was eating off of daily. You had that one pan that you had to reuse for every type of food that you was using, whatever the case may be. But those people that was truly for you was just happy to be there to experience those things. Thank you, babies. So you gotta think about that. Those moments that you once used to think was so bad or so sad is the same things that you bragging about right now. Like, hey yo, remember when so-and-so's car ain't had no air conditioning? We was damn near seeing stars stop after stop. Hey yo, remember when so-and-so didn't have this or so-and-so? All the experiences that you had that you thought was negative in a sense, now you thinking positive about them. So now you thinking like, it's the experience. You have to realize that half the time the preparation is in the experience. To prepare you for where you going through, you got to go through this first, chosen ones. Now you looking back at certain things. I'm trying to tell you. With the difference is your perspective pertaining to it. Are you finding the positive out of everything? You understand me? And it's the people that you have around you that's not making you feel bad about what you're experiencing. They telling you, man, by this time next year, you ain't even going. I already know that you're going to make it. By this time next year, I already know what type of things God divinely has fated. By this time next year, they already, thank you so much, babies. I'm trying to tell you, so make sure you got the right people around you. Enjoy this process. This is your business. Invest in it. Invest in it slowly but surely. So just like you did when you moved in that place. First, you had to get a place to stay. First, you had to get that business. Then all of a sudden, then you had to focus on the room that you wanted to do. You had to think about the products or what service that you offering to certain individuals. See, now you focus one room at a time. I'm going to focus on this, and then everything else is going to align. See, you said the first thing that you wanted to focus on was your mind, your spirituality. That was this, that was that, so on and so forth. You broke it down little by little, and now slowly but surely all of your rooms started to come together for you. You rearranged certain things. You see in different clear views. Now all of a sudden this house is fully furnished step by step. But again, it was a slow process, but God told you to be patient with your process. Why you rushing it? You was going to accept that couch just to say that you had a couch. Whole time that person was handing it out, had bed bugs in they shit. See, that was that person handing out certain help or certain advice or certain love to you, but they had certain demonic energies connected to them. You couldn't accept everything from everybody, chosen ones. Thank you, babies. You gotta watch that. But again, slowly but surely, enjoy this process. Get out. Mingle with like minds. You don't have to be scared of what you attracting if you know that you stepped into your divine light. Anything that you see as a red flag, get rid of that shit. You ain't gotta be, no, okay, I see that don't work for me. That may work for somebody else, but that's not aligned with you. Let that go. That job position too. You holding on to certain things that's not energetically pleasing you. Plus, let me say this. You gotta know that when you align in your purpose, chosen ones, that profit is the last to come. So right now, you may be tempted to walk away from a certain direction. You may feel like something that you're doing is negative. You may feel like, again, you're doing everything that God told you to do, but you may not feel like you quite yet seeing the fruits, right? Chosen ones. That's God testing you. Because your purpose aligns with something that you would do regardless if you get paid for it or not. You understand me? So this is something that you naturally do, something that's naturally aligned with you. So therefore, again, God's going to test you. Are you just doing this for attention? Are you just doing this for recognition? Are you just doing this to get something out of it? Or are you doing it because this is what you want to do? See, the intentions is the biggest thing, chosen ones. So think about why you're doing it. If this is something that's truly aligned with your purpose, you're going to do it regardless if you get profit from it or not, right? God's going to test you. And if you continue to do what he asks you to do, regardless of what you feel people are doing for you or the attention that's coming towards you, then God's going to bless you. Your profit's coming. But do you know what you're about to do with it? Do you know who or what you're about to invest in it? Do you know who to share it with? Because I can tell you right now, the people that you're going to be blessing are not the people that were part of that process, that was stressing you, that you had to heal from, that neglected you. That's not them. Because some of the people that were with you through trials and tribulations, you were going through that based upon the fact that your ass was with them. But that's another story. Pay attention to people around you who sow certain seeds in you, that believe in you, speak life into you, chosen ones. Because when you get blessed energetically, they getting blessed too. So your come up season, whoever then again sold themselves into your energy, they getting blessed too. You understand? So what did they sow into? Are you reflecting positivity or negativity? Because that's what they sold into, so that's what they going to get to. So don't sit there and sow into some so-so shit. But listen, I got to get up off here because I do have some coaching sessions to do. The link is in my bio. Chosen ones, when you ready, I got you. If you want to know if that's your true divine partner, if that's a karmic, you want to know what was done to you, what's aligning for you. If you need certain confirmations, I got you. You don't have to tell me nothing. But if you want to vent to me, you had an opportunity to do that too. As many questions that you have, I got you, all right? So just know that, chosen ones. But I love you so much. I'm going to post this later on YouTube. I'm going to be here early AM the same time tomorrow. Got a different message for you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of y'all's gifts, y'all's love, y'all's kind words. Again, I do apologize because TikTok only shows me the top 10. But for those who they may not show me, to acknowledge you on my YouTube, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you did. The fact that you sewing into me, you investing in me, I appreciate it, all right? I'm sending all that love back to you, that protection back to you, that abundance back to you, that light back to you, that intuitiveness back to you, so on and so forth, right? I love you. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, babies, you know how to reach me. Be great.